As you see this place, don't be surprised. Anybody that is serving a king must be a king. As I arrived in Bonny yesterday, being Bonny, I started coming here 1986. 1986, 22nd of June. From sleeping in Gotha, sleeping in Bacha, sleeping in the bush, here and there. So I came to Bonny this time, 2022, 21st of January 2022. This is where God came to me. That will show you that we are serving the living God. God has proved himself in Jehovah the King Holy mission. This is where I was kept. Evangelism. This time. This is a virgin house. A virgin house that set up here by Mother Benson of National Assembly Abuja. She says, high priest will be staying here. Anytime he comes to Bonny, who am I that God of Holy Sabbath will give me a place like this after serving him for 53 years? So, see it and say that the God of Holy Sabbath is alive. Yes. Glory be to his holy name.
My name is Ereh, member of Jehovah the King Holy Sabbath, Suleja Madala branch. I joined Jehovah the King 204. Really, like somebody will say that you don't go to Sabbath, you don't join Sabbath for nothing. There's always something that will bring you to Sabbath. Actually, what brought me to Sabbath, I lost my younger brother who happened to be a lieutenant in the army. And he was with me before he left for the course. And eventually passed out, was commissioned. And he left and went to his posting in Calabar. The next thing I heard was a different thing. So we went, and my husband was, I think he was a lieutenant colonel then. He organized and sent people, they went. It was actually confirmed that he was dead. Cause of death unknown. You know, so but eventually got to know. Till today, cause of death unknown. It was mysteriously. So my mother, my sister, my mother was kind of heartbroken. She never lost any of her child before. And this was a very prospective boy. You know, so she was shattered. There was nothing the seven of us remaining could do to comfort her. So by the end of the day, somebody told her that there's a church here that could give her some succor. And then she went there, she felt better. You know, it's called the Jehovah the King Holy Sabbath. In Aba branch, you can imagine me leaving Abuja, go to this thing, carry my children, and then we start going and all that. It was a bit hectic, but whatever it was, we were serving God. So me, I don't feel any reason. As long as I know that at the end of the day, God will give me victory. So I go anywhere. If you tell me to go to the moon, as long as I can go to the moon, I'm serving God. Oh, I will go. And I'll go with joy and gladness. And all that. So we kept coming, kept going. So later I started taking my children along. We worship. In fact, they were doing their long vac. Where they met, you are going to London and America for long vac. They are my children and I. Our long vac was in Aba Mission. We spent that 2-3 weeks there, worshiping God, fasting. You know, as I told you, I got in after my brother's death. We got in, like we got consolation there, and then we kept on going, and we were healing. You know, we were healing. So like this could be a better place. So we kept healing like that. We were just going, and before my son fell ill, even within 2-3 years of our membership, you know, then my son fell ill. He was not really ill, but he couldn't breathe. It was just a funny whatever I've never seen. So when I looked at it, I said, this thing cannot be medical. So I had this medical doctor-in-law, you know, Dr. Eke Alisi. he came that morning after my sister's area and all that. And then he gave money and they said, what's wrong with you? What is this starting? Just chokes him. Chokes him. It's something I've never seen before. So I looked at it. He said, I should bring him to the clinic. So I said, okay, let me see if this thing, because if 1 year, 1.5 years I've been in Jehovah the King, I've learned a lot. And I said, let me watch this boy and see if this thing is okay. Let me go into fasting. Since it started by 9 p.m., I just started midnight by 9 p.m. As long as I did that midnight till 10, nothing will happen. But if it's 11, nothing is sleeping. Me too, I finished my midnight, let me sleep 2 hours. As soon as I did it, I say, this is an attack now. But why should I bother going to the hospital? Because I did it twice. And the same thing, I said no. I just took him from Port Harcourt to Abana. It was not far. So got to Abana that day, this man, his soul rest in peace, Damien was there. You know, he was almost going. The attack kept coming. As long as it was within that distance, one of the workers said, let us enter the angel field. So we entered the angel field. There was no attack again until they came back. Because like they went for a burial or something. So when they came back, he said the service can't end, that there are problems they have to solve. So service all over again around that 4:30 started. And the spirits were just jumping right, left, center, everywhere. Everybody had to work on that boy to be able to sustain him that day. So eventually he slept and woke up the next day. And then he told me something as the leader of Abba branch. He said, if I think my hands are clean, I've not done anything to my in-laws. At that point, he has told me where my problem was coming from. That I should go in front of the altar and then cry to God that this boy, nothing will happen to him. So I did what he said, because that my son was, I think, in just, what do you call it now? It was like in class 4. That's like SS2. So he has gone far. He won't like a small boy. So I said, well, now he has already told me, you won't, Jehovah the King, I don't tell you this is your but the way. So I said, he has already told me. So I went in front of the altar and I talked to God. I said, my hands are clean. My hands are clean. I've never taught anything wrong bad to anybody. And then if there's anybody, and he said, when I finish, I should hit my hand 7 times and then get up and then don't look back and go back to my seat, which was what I did. And I told God that day, I said, Father Lord, because it was like a hopeless situation. It was really hopeless. Can you imagine you not being able to breathe? When we left, we came with public transport. At that Asa, if you're conversant with going to Abba branch, there's this big in Asa. The thing started. We came down from the bus, started. You won't believe it that this motor park, this what do they call it? Spare part boys. They are not ordinary. They came, they were hitting his back. They told me, madam, I hope you're not going to the church. No, you're not going to hospital. This is not a hospital matter. They were hitting his back, hitting him. And then to see whether that had this will come out. They told me that this is not be church, hospital. I said, will they go church? He said, which church? I said, somebody, they said, thank God. Where could they go? And this is not be hospital. This boy go die. Because they just got that sympathy. And they came rush because after a while, if you don't hold him, he will slump. You're not breathing now. You can't breathe now. So that was how I managed until we took Okada and then got to the church and then the whole rest, it was history and then prayer started. But that evening, the next morning I was shocked. Leader Damian came and said he has to get into fasting 6 to 2. And I'm like, a child is not well, what is he fasting? So well, he did the fasting. Within 3-4 days, he was as strong as a rock. He was very strong. That's Sabbath for you. So from there, that before I left there, I had to make garments. So I wore the garments for 2, I think there was 1 Sabbath after the evening lectures. The next is Sabbath Sunday. I made for myself, I made for him. Because I told God, if you cure this boy in this place, then I know that you're here. And then that was how I started. And, but then I couldn't really continue because he didn't tell me that there was Madala branch. He still made me come every long vac, like that was really bad permission. Until he was posted to Madala, Suleja branch. He now called me one day in the office and said, that he's in Abuja. And I'm like, where in Abuja are you? He said he's in Madala. So place. I said, okay. I tried to trace him until I got to one Halina guest house something, entrance before you enter Madala church. So I started worshiping there. And that's like, you didn't tell me there was a branch here. would have saved me that wahala of, and I like that continuity of, constantly praying and all that. Now that I know that my kind of problems and all that, but as God could still have it, no, there was no problem. I continued until, I think after 1 year or 2 years, I had problem and it was transferred. But of course, I wasn't such a daft. I continued and, expanded and really did what I wanted to do spiritually with my life and Sabbath, because every day with me and Sabbath, there was progress. Every day with me and Sabbath, there was progress. I don't think I was ready. I just had to remain. So that was my journey so far till now. And the progress comes virtually, every day.
Okay.
I had both positive and negative. But it now depends on where you actually want to channel. Because if you know where you're there and you believe that there's God there, a lot will happen for you. I had so many temptations, so many obstacles, but I didn't fall back. I stood by it. And I'm like, God, if you're really God that I came to worship here, this had to go. But I constantly knew I have to be close to my midnight, which I know worked so much for me. One had to do with I served 10 years as a committee clerk in Senate, National Assembly. And then this third year, they had to change committee clerks, 2019. Change them and you can still retain them. And I made sure because of him, I did so well. My report was the third among 67 committee clerks in Senate. But when the list came out, I didn't hear. But somebody said, they're changing committee clerks, release a comment. That I remember vividly on the 1st of August 2019. So I called Jehovah, Oba, one. I said, leader, and I said, look, I should give him some time. He was going to prove it. He prayed, he called me again. He said, mother, your name is not on that list. And that Jehovah the King for you. If you are really dedicated, say your name is not on that list. But let us keep praying. Let's get into fasting and see God could change, miracle can happen. Behold, the fourth day, list came out, my name was not there. So we were 3 or 4 or 5 of us, our names were not there. And I just went and signed to be in a department, not committee. But as a deputy director, I'm supposed to be, that's when we're heading committees. So I was in the office 2 days after. I've already handed over to the new person. The man called me, the young man called me and said, the senator wanted to see me. And I'm saying, you reported me to him. What did I do to you? Kabiru, why did you report me? So he said, no, I just did I hand over properly? He said, you did, but of course, it was my junior. So he said, he just wanted to see me. I said, okay. I just said, okay, I took a while. Then I went prayed. Of course, locked my office, prayed. I have my Bible there. Finished praying. I said, I can't have 2 problems at the same time. What did I do? So I went to him and I said, Lina, sit down. I sat down. He said, I've been looking forward to working with you. And then now you are dropping me, you don't want to work with me. I'm not like, distinguished. I really want to work with you. But the devil, are you somebody and not wanting me to work with you? He said, you know so much. You've been in this special duties for 12 years. So leaving me now, I'm going to really find it difficult and all that. So I said, no. Whatever the clerk wants, you can come to me. I'll put him through. And all that. So I said, he wasn't so happy. So he dialed and called. He was still not satisfied. After that day, I just, ended it up like that and left. 2 days later, he called. He said he wanted me in his private clinic, private office in Zone 2, no Zone 4. I had to ask the secretary. Me, I don't know all these places. So she told me. So I went. I had to pray too. In fact, when he said that the whole of that day I did 6 to 6. Yes, I prayed, got into my fasting 6 to 6. I went to his office. So he said, I sat down. He apologized for coming late. Asked me what happened. So I was just telling him, and with the humiliation kind of something, I just broke down. So, but eventually he said, look, he didn't know I was going to cry. If he knew I was going to cry, I would have brought tissue. So we started laughing. I really know this, like Bonny will call it inoma. That's a cheating kind of cry from your soul. So he felt so bad. If you don't give this man a committee, whatever happens to you, take it because she's very innocent. 2 weeks later, which has never happened in the history of Senate, National Assembly. Maybe it has happened in House of Reps, I don't know, but I've been in Senate for 20-something years. I didn't hear anything about it again. They did the inauguration, and after inauguration, no committee will be constituted. The moment they do that inauguration and swear them in, no committee comes in. So the moment they did that inauguration, and the way they did, everybody was in the Senate chamber, and they swore them in. So I just that was it. But I still said, God, you are going to perfect something for me. I cannot stay 2 years without a committee. Eventually, I didn't give up. I didn't stop my prayer. So I didn't bother to see, but I was told, he told that man that if you don't give a committee, what happens to you? You bury. Because I remember when I was leaving his office, after that Agonos cry, he just told me, say, Lillian, be rest assured, you get a committee. He's a full animal. Do you understand? So it's not like he's a Bonny man or reverse man. I would say he's a full animal. But for you to make such words, I just kept hold. I held on to my faith. I didn't dampen that one. That one was obvious. So, but 3 weeks later, there was a Friday. I said, let me come and do adoration. For a long time, I've not been doing adoration for almost 2 weeks. I left the office very early to come and do adoration. I did my adoration, finished everything, did my prayer. So around 7, I said, let me go and take my bath. I finished my bath, came back, just screaming. Then my phone rang, and I picked up the phone. This was like the 3rd week. I was like, hello. It's Oga D.O.P, as the director of committee Senate. So I said, okay, you're calling me. I didn't hear him. The next thing he went on. The next thing he texted me, so I should call him immediately. The same old phone rang. So I said, okay, good evening. He said, are you in London? Are you in this? Okay, I was even in your office, so I know why I'm sharing this faith, because it's what Jehovah the King has done for me. I said, I was even in the office. I came to collect salary. I don't have a committee anymore, so staying in the office late will not make sense. He now said, no, you have a committee. This was Friday evening around 7. I told you I came back early to do my adoration by 4 o'clock. Finished adoration, I just relaxed, then took my bath before this call came. So he said, where are you? I said, I'm in Abuja. He said, you have a committee now. And I'm like, oh God, this one is an expensive joke. I said, that I'm in Abuja. That I even came to the office. He said yes, that he was told I was around. But when they went to my office, it was locked. I said, I just quickly came in. I said, okay, I have a committee. I should come on Monday and pick it. If you had seen me that Friday, I would have picked my letter. The way he sounded, I didn't want to say, oh God, which committee? Because I saw inauguration. It was all over the whole Nigeria. So where is the committee coming from? Which new committee? I just said, let me do my prayer. So I did midnight that Friday. Saturday I went to church. Handed over everything to God. It was Sunday. So Monday morning, as early as 7, I drove to the office. I was just packing. This one was calling me, the other one was calling me. This one. So I'm at the car park, I'm coming. So I packed and got there. So I reported, and it was not easy. There was even a stage. I felt my Sabbatarian discipline had failed me. I gave up. I told him. The man told me, he said, look, Lillian, I am a staunch Muslim. You are a Christian. But I am telling you that God, in His infinite mercy, gave you this committee. These are all the temptations that you have to go through. These are the hurdles. It was so painful that virtually every day I was sleeping in the office. But as he told me, I was like a Muslim telling me this one. So why can I now attach my prayer into this? So me too, I devoted my prayer. Oh, God of Sabbath, come and do it for me. And gradually, before you know it, so but I held on. I just kept praying and just calling God of Sabbath. I just didn't give up. So but all and good, I submitted. So that is one reason I know I got them. Because eventually I became the clerk of finance, Senate. And I will not lie. God has shown me that you have a lot of turmoils and tribulations before you can get to where He really or kind of want to lead you to. It was hard, but the other side, God has been faithful. I will not get right in my office, but you just see outsiders, bringing things and giving you and telling you. It's been nice. I will confess. Okay, I didn't give up. I continued and put my faith in my destiny. So far, the journey has not been so bad. Our place is close to everybody. If he sees your face once, you never forget that face. It's close to everybody. But I don't know to an extent because I wouldn't say fear, or I give him his respect. I don't call him. I said, maybe if there was once when they kidnapped these people, I text and I called. I don't call him. The closeness is usually feast. Maybe when I do my offering. I'm not so attached. But I remembered when I opened this place, I didn't want elaborate stuff. So I said, okay, let me just get the members and the workers. And then they told me what to do, which I know is a normal Jehovah the King, Holy Sabbath trail. So I just told the pastor, as a matter of fact, I didn't know this pastor, I know Lidejiki. So I told Lidejiki, so I did this. That's what am I going to do? So, but he now introduced me to pastor. And then that was last Passover. So from time to time I called him until I was ready. And then I told him, and then they scheduled an easy to come, and then they came and did it. When we finished that night, I told him, I said, they were announcing that, because I worship with them, announcing that high priest was coming. I said, okay, if high priest is coming, I know what to go through in the Madela. So I said, okay, to get them off this wahala, why don't you just, let high priest stay here? I didn't even know I was going to come back. Let high priest stay here, let the internet stay here. And then instead of just leaving the place empty like that, and when they finish and go, then. But the second thought, when I was leaving that Monday from Port Harcourt, when I left across on Sunday, I was like, what is somebody of high priest caliber is coming to your place for the first time? And I checked the calendar in the office. Nothing happens on Friday, so why can't I just get first flight and come back on Friday? And luckily that was what I did, and then I will never go high priest for any reason. And he's always there. He's always there. If I made him like a father, a brother, a mentor, everything. So I think I call him. I'm more free to call him than I was. What I have gotten here, I don't think I can quantify it, and I will not be an ingrate to give a bad whatever to beautiful, although contributing with my faith, because it was something I saw, and it's like you came, you saw, and you conquered. Everybody was worrying, hey, that is why the prayer did not pass. And I told them, I said, just Friday, somebody came to the office and gave me 1 million. So if your prayer did not pass, that is your business. I didn't expect. She's the current minister. What do they call it? Something disaster management. Sadia. She told me she's my friend. I said, when do I say? I was so provoked. So I just told her, hey, don't say that. Just yesterday, I was in the office. Somebody just brought this man I said we should give you for the work you did the other time. And when I looked at it, I was like, God. So if they say do midnight, you people did not do. This is your own. Don't generalize it. Somebody just gave me one. I'm telling you people, so all of you know. 1 million just yesterday, Friday. And you're saying that is why we go to the market, we don't sell. Our things don't move. Hey, my own is moving. Don't put me into you people's like your line is different from my line. So all of them were shocked. The other Sabbath, when she didn't see that holiness, she opened her eyes and said, Mother, I had to come back because holiness in Jehovah the King, you can't quantify with any other Sabbath. She said the holiness quoted that thing.